We're in a four-alarm fire crisis in the United States right now. Our border is wide open, and the result of that has been an even greater increase in human trafficking and sex trafficking, to the point of no return right now. Super Bowl, for you that don't know it out there in our audience, is the number one place where this happens. It's a confluence of people who come together, and if you're not vigilant, it can be an adult, it can be a child, it can be sex trafficking, it can be human trafficking. You can get in a lot of trouble. So what he's doing is working with the NFL. He's working in Los Angeles, out there, you know, with Los Angeles County. I think your numbers here: 235 traffickers and sex buyers were arrested. Close to 100 victims in Los Angeles County.
That was 2 years ago for the
2 years ago numbers?
Super Bowl for the Super
for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 56. So that's just Super Bowl week.
Just that week.
So, you know, you and I have a lot in common. Our whole program with our Sold Out Youth Foundation is fentanyl education, working with students in schools to educate parents, students, and staff to protect our kids from fentanyl. Over 300 deaths. Last year, 114,000 deaths. But when you combine these two things, sex and human trafficking, with the fentanyl problem and a wide open border, what are we looking at in terms of how we can stop this, or at least slow it down, Kevin?
Well, we're living in what I think is some very evil times. There's a lot of predators and a lot of people that benefit from selling drugs, and actually people dying from fentanyl and drugs, and also with child sex trafficking, human trafficking. We have a major problem in America. You know, Roman, that American men are the number one consumers of sex from children in the world. We have a problem with men with dark hearts that think it's okay to pay to rape a child. They don't want that, contrary to you convincing yourself that a child is doing this for any kind of reason other than they're being forced to do it. The traffickers, the pimps. Here in Vegas, we have a huge problem. Las Vegas Metro and Clark County sheriffs do a pretty good job. They could do better. I know Kevin McMahill, the sheriff and the chief of police. You know, it's on his radar, but I think it needs to be at the top of his radar. We have problems with kids overdosing, with suicides, with trafficking. Kids aren't being protected. We have predators, pedophiles, and people look out there and people look the other way. In this city, Las Vegas, I call out Las Vegas, you're turning a blind eye to this. You're looking away because most people out there are making money off of people being slaves, being either labor trafficking or sex trafficking.
You said a key point. There's a lack of education about this. There's a stigma about this, just like there is fentanyl.
Yeah.
People are very uncomfortable talking about it. It's a very uncomfortable subject. Jim Caviezel did a movie for
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom, that's right now on Netflix and Amazon. Please see it. It isn't about what you said, the side of this that you would think it is. It's more about the process of how this thing happens, and how people can be educated about it. And if you want to know more information from Kevin about this, and you're interested, because I know a lot of people that are volunteering and involved with this movement.
We did a 5-episode series on how you can learn about this, how to identify, how to protect kids, how to make people aware. And Francis Chan, we did it's out, it's available. So advocateseries.com.
Advocateseries.com. Kidsnotforsale.org is the website. We're going to put it up on all of our sites today.
Thank you, Malone.
And get the messaging out. In fact, let's do this. Our campaign, everybody, hashtag fentanyl crisis, hashtag saving lives, and we can say the same thing for this. So you give me a hashtag, we'll put it all up on our social network. These two things together where people can get the information. Really appreciate you, Kevin, coming in here and talking to people. For our audience, we got to be vigilant. We got to protect our families. We got to protect our kids, and that requires the right information to overcome the ignorance and stigma of what's happening at the border. It's time to pull our heads out of the sand, and it's time to protect people, and the only way you do that is to be informed, and then there's power.
Yes.
So, Kevin, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being on the Roman Gabriel Show.
Thank you, Roman. It's been a pleasure.